Hi, this is Mike with OPST. We're out in the water today showing you a new rod that we're bringing out. This is the MS series. We have the SHS series also. The MS is a 3, 4, and 5. How this evolved was we started off with wanting to beef up our 8 weight and build a rod that for our steelhead or a bigger salmon, something in a 20-pound class that we don't want to worry that, hey, our rod's not quite beefy enough. So that's kind of the area that we started with this, and as we worked into designing that new rod and adding beef to it, our rod manufacturer's like, hey, we got some new graphite blend, you guys should try this out. It's really, really good. So we had them build the 8 weight in this new blend of graphite, not thinking too much of it. We were just gonna do what we were gonna do because, like I said, our goal is just to bring stuff out when it's warranted. It's not something that we're chasing to bring new product out all the time. It's about finding stuff that has that wow, has that what you want. And if it doesn't have that, we're not going to bring you something. We're not going to bring a new rod. Rods take a lot of R&D and take a lot of time. And like I said, we started off with the 8 weight, and the first time we got the sample of the prototype was about a year ago, and we were out on the river casting it and literally strung it up. And the first cast was a terrible cast on my part, but I went across the river and it was like, what the f***? And guys looked up and they're like, what? And I go, and I didn't even make a second cast. I just handed the rod off to the next guy and to see what their response was. And the response was exactly the same, but word for word. Like, it was just that different. And it evolved into, we passed it around to our guys, and everyone had the same thing. They thought, it was like, wow, this is amazing. And so then we moved into like, okay, let's look at this stuff in the lighter stuff, because the graphite blend brings the rods lighter. We always work to bring you the best stuff that we can. One of the things that happened last year, as you saw in our rods, is we found a new cork manufacturer. This cork is absolutely top notch. Really cool part about it is it's a renewable resource. It's not the way that cork is done in the past, where they cut the tree down, and cork has become pretty scarce overall, so finding good cork is really hard. But we found a manufacturer that actually doesn't kill the tree. They have a way to take the bark off the tree and make your cork reel seats with it, and they don't hurt the tree. They can do this over and over and over again, which is really cool. It's a really good renewable resource. We brought that to you last year, so that was our evolution of bringing in new products. And this year, with this new graphite blend, the 3, 4, and 5 are still EDS actions. They're a little bit faster because the graphite's a little bit faster, but it's just a pinch. And then we've got new reel seats. We really stepped up the reel seat game. We searched for reel seats for a really long time. That became another thing that was really difficult to find good quality reel seats that look good. So we added that to that. And with these rods, it's still the plain graphite color blank, but we've cleared them. So they're a glossy finish now. So just kind of spruces them up, makes them look a little nicer, but you can still see the spirals in the graphite. It's not a painted blank, it just has clear over the top of it. And with that change, we took the blue inserts that you would see on each piece, and we turned those to a smoke gray, just kind of being real stealthy, going with that kind of that dark color. The smoke gray matches our reel seat, and we thought that was a good combination. These rods are really nice. The true part about our switch, trout spey, whatever you want to call them, short speys, micro Skagits, they're all kind of that same category. Ours stand out different than everyone else because we build them true to weight. So if you're looking at our rods and you're fishing, you think you need a 3 weight because that's what you've cast and other stuff, check out our rods first before you jump in, because I would say that you're going to be really happy with like our 5 weight, because they're literally, and our 5 weight will still be lighter than most 3 weights. And that was Ed's big thing, was like, hey, we want to make these true to weight. We don't want to beef them up and make them really big and heavy. We want to just make them true to weight. So a 3 weight is really similar to a 3 weight single hand rod. It'd be like a 10-foot 3 weight as far as power wise. Same with a 4 weight, it's like a 10-foot 4 weight single hand rod, and then the 5 weight. So they're much, much lighter than most of the trout spey that you see, and they're a lot of fun. So you catch a fish on this 5 weight, if you get a 14-inch fish on this 5 weight, it's bending down into the rod, which is really cool. And you're gonna enjoy your fish, which a lot of the longer, bigger, heavier rods, you're just gonna water skip fish in that size. And the truth is, when we're trout fishing, that's a good fish, it's a quality fish. And we want you to be able to enjoy that. And that was a big part of what Ed did when he designed the original action, was, you know, try to make them so they fit the fish. And that's a big part to us. These rods are lighter than our old rods, a little bit faster, but they got a really crisp and they're really good, smooth casting rods. And I think you'll really like them.